Ha, ha. There I am. I now have audio. Okay. Now let me see if I can bring in a chibi voice.
Chibi voice. This is a chibi voice.
It's not a chibi voice yet.
Chibi voice. I'm a chibi voice. I'm a chibi voice.
There's a chibi voice. And now we have it. Okay. Cool.
Yay.
So, as I was saying, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Mead Quest at the Golden Feather Tavern. I'm Vertec, in case you don't recognize me. I've been gone for a few weeks here now.
Yeah.
Kind of vanished into the nothingness that is...
The ether.
Yeah. There we go.
But you're back now. He actually just got back yesterday.
I did.
And I can't say too much with him here, but don't miss tomorrow, is all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
What are we doing today?
Scared. Today I think we're gonna try and maybe finally get this this little tier list thing at least finalized on what we're gonna be doing with it. Because it's been kind of hanging out here for a minute. Been trying to make sure we're gathering all the stuff. Let me do this here as well.
I have recently added to it. Yeah, I kind of expanded it a little, I think.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit of tweaking. Just so it fits on my screen where it needs to be. Okay, I think that's good. I think that'll cover all the everything on the screen.
Yeah, beautiful. What is this? This is our list. This is kind of our master list of games that were suggested to us. And then the tab that Vertec's currently on is our likes that are not for any specific game in particular, but in general, in an MMORPG, what do we like? What do we dislike? And what are some of the aspects that you have to kind of test it in order to actually kind of suss out how it feels? Like, for example, maybe the lore of the world is not really clicking with you, but you don't know that necessarily by a trailer for the game, right? The trailer could look really cool, but then there's like not a really good story for an MMORPG specifically. So all of these are tailored specifically with the MMORPG in mind. And then the master list is, for the most part, a list of available MMORPGs on the market right now. And a couple of them in there are in the future. Like, you know, we got the Riot MMO, we've got Chrono Odyssey, we've got Arcade Chronicles, things like that. So these are going to have some of these that we're not going to be able to test right away. But we were thinking of making them into like a tier list, which I think it brings us to what Vertec was about to say.
Yeah. It brings it to something I would like to say.
The introduction of what we're doing tonight in general.
Oh, yeah. So, yes. So Chibi's had a couple of nights to kind of talk through some of this with some peoples, and I've had kind of a chance to go through and take a peek at some of this stuff here too. Having troubles with these multipliers though, because there's a lot of 4s and 5s kind of across the board. There's nothing that has a 1, which I guess makes sense, because if it wasn't important enough to really come to mind and be heavily weighted, people probably wouldn't have thought to mention it as an important aspect. So I guess that's fair. But yeah, honestly, I think this is probably about as good as we're gonna get with stuff. I keep trying to think of other things to add.
I feel like the community gave us a pretty good, well-rounded list. Like, I was also sitting there trying to figure out what else to add. But I also figured with some of these having like a 5 multiplier, it's one of the ones that is higher priority. So I didn't necessarily mind there being a lot of 4s and 5s, because these are systems that are really, really important. And if something is ranked a 1 out of 5 in terms of for this specific game, let's say World of Warcraft's RMT ranked 1 out of 5, that's going to have a heavier impact, in my opinion, on the score than if it was lower, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way, these are, it's going to be the multipliers. So, I mean, it almost doesn't matter what these are, as long as there's actually a solid difference between one and the next to kind of multiply people's answers, right? But I mean, I was even thinking of setting these at just 1 to 3, and 1 is a 1, a 5 is a 3, and everything in the middle, 2, 3, or 4 becomes a 2. But I did have a couple of questions though. Like let's see, scaling in-game content. What does that mean exactly?
Scaling in-game content is like how did they explain it? Sorry, let me make it bigger so I can actually see the same thing you're looking at here. It's so tiny for me.
You could even open up the same spreadsheet.
That won't bother you?
No.
Oh my gosh, a raid.
Hey,
hello.
We got some raid.
I don't recognize this name. But there is a Main Stark. Hello, Main Stark. And welcome in, Opus. Oh wait, welcome cheers by the way to Oracle. For the resub.
Cheers, and that's the last of the meat I have prepared.
Yeah. Oh wait, were you drinking it the whole time you were prepared? Oh, or was it literally just one mouthful? And that was it?
It was like 2.
Okay. I thought I left Vertec more mead, but I apparently didn't. Don't worry though. He's currently making some.
There is some mead fermenting. As a matter of fact, it's almost done with the actual fermentation itself. Then now it's got to work on the flavor and clarifying and aging it a little bit so it's not quite so super fresh.
Yeah. The vibe today is us hanging out, chit-chatting about games. I'm going to try to find this. It takes me a little bit, but I'm going to try to find this same thing he's got open for you guys. And we're kind of asking right now, what does it mean? What was that? What was the thing? You were asking about something. I'm like trying to look at the... What were you just asking?
Oh, the scaling in-game content. What does that mean exactly?
What does that mean to you? The community.
Because that was definitely something that people's brought out during one of the discussion nights you had, but I wasn't sure if that was supposed to mean like it's supposed to scale forever, like it's always going to be end-game content.
Endgame, E-N-D, endgame, not in-game. Endgame. So scaling endgame is typically like, think of something like a mythic. All right, no worries. Thank you for the raid. Enjoy your look. Think of like the mythics in World of Warcraft.
Thank you for
right? That has a scale to it. It's not just one thing, right? You've got raids that have different difficulty levels. You've got dungeons with different difficulty levels, and then mythic literally scales as you gain more in power. You can go further into the mythic levels, things like that. Just to put it for easy, like 1-to-1 comparisons.
Okay.
I'm still trying to find this. I'm lost.
Let's put. Trying to think of a better way to state that instead of scaling. Because I know most of the time when people see scaling, they're thinking like level scaling, like no matter where you go, it's going to be a equal challenge, be a level 1 or level 50.
Well, I think that's why it says end game specifically. Like there's scaling for end game instead of like fall off. But I don't know any better way of saying it. Scaling difficulty? Endgame difficulty? Scaling? I don't know. If anybody has any ideas on how you would phrase that. New World Catacombs is similar? Yeah, I never played New World, so it's very curious about that one. Where the heck is it?
So let's see. I mean, if it's literally like mythic dungeons, we could just put mythic in quotation marks endgame content.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I was just using mythic as a primary example of something that actually scales.
Because if it's just dungeons get like there's multiple different difficulties of dungeons at endgame. Anything that has vertical progression is going to be like that. Every time like they release a new batch of dungeons and raid and whatnot every like 6 months or so, it's gonna have that.
Okay, I got it.
Just the games like Guild Wars that do horizontal progression, where it's not really going to be scaling by that term, like growing harder and harder. But it's going to be scaling in the fact that it's all going to be the same difficulty because you're at max level at that point.
Gotcha.
It scales to the level.
I think that's the other importance is like being able to play with like your friends who just join. I think that's another important one. I think Final Fantasy does a really good job of this because it scales you down. I don't know if World of Warcraft has addressed this, not adjusted, but addressed this quote unquote problem. But I know like I would be like, oh, I'm gonna join you for whatever game, and then they were like, okay, see you in a little bit when you catch up to me.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? I might even do a change to this just so other people can read it too. I mean, it's. Let me just stretch this thing out.
I actually liked EverQuest 2's mentor system. Can you tell me about it? I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I never made it to EverQuest 2. I did EverQuest 1 for a little bit. But
I've never
everybody
played
I
any
knew
of the EverQuest.
was hooked on Ultima Online at the time, so...
Also, for whoever said Chrono Odyssey is out right now, if you can show me proof of that, because everything I'm seeing, even as recent as 20 days ago, is saying that Chrono Odyssey was pushed further out 3 months to Q1 of 2027. If you're talking about testing, that's not the same as being out as a game, in my opinion.
Yeah, because that's similar to even Soulframe. Soulframe is in testing right now. Like you could almost say it's out because of how many keys they've given away. And when somebody buys their own little pack, they can give away a bunch of keys, but it's not quite released yet. They're still calling it an alpha right now, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So Main Stark says you could right click on someone and set your level to their level and participate in like a geared character of that level.
Yeah, see, that's how WildStar did it, and I loved it because you could literally just have a friend log on, you party up with them, and you say mentor. Like right click and select mentor, and it would just drop you down to their level. I always thought that was really nifty. But even if a game did it to where they required you to go down to like that character's level and start selecting skills that you would have unlocked with your points by then, like even that'd be kind of nifty.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So you wouldn't have access to everything, you'd still have to kind of struggle bus it with them a little bit. But then just make sure that all the gear mathematically scales from one level to another, you know? Can you imagine running around as a level 20 with like level 20's mathematical equivalent of end game, like super raid tier gear?
It's crazy.
Kind of blasting through everything.
That's kind of why I liked the way that Final Fantasy did it, because it also took away your abilities when you were at that level. Like it didn't just scale, it didn't like just, I don't know, compress, push down your damage. I don't know what the right word is for that. But it literally removed your abilities or retrograded. Like if you had a Cure 3, it became like a Cure 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Instead.
Well, that's at least the one good thing they had going, because you unlocked everything by leveling rather than choosing skills.
Yeah.
And,
nope, this is us actually. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was just gonna say welcome, by the way, Gutscore and Basil, by the way.
Yes, welcome in. The ADHD is strong tonight. Sorry. We are just starting our discovery journey. We're not revisiting anything. I guess revisiting in World of Warcraft's case and maybe Guild Wars 2, but the rest of this is actually, I think, pretty new.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be World of Warcraft,
The number of people that told me don't do World of Warcraft, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh yeah, that would be a revisit too. I forgot
Embers
that was on
Adrift.
the list.
Like, yeah, those are basically the only revisits for us.
Yeah, so like 4 out of the whole list. But to be fair, there's a couple in there, like Spirit Vale is not one that we're going to be revisiting as like together. It's more like Chibi's alley.
yeah, that one's definitely down Chibi's alley for sure. So there's also some things that I don't see us going into just by like pre-rating it before we actually dive into them. Yeah.
But we also have to like limit the list somehow, because we have 27 games here, and that's not all of the games that we could have access to. It's just the top 27 that you suggested. Now, if we're trying to take a month or two, that will take us 2 years or 4, 2 to 4 years to go through all of these.
yeah, even with just a month, that would be over 2 years. Yeah. So, but I have a feeling some of these we'll probably end up maybe jumping into, and it'll be a quick like, yeah, probably not. Yeah. Like if we actually dove into Worm and Dofus, we'd probably play for a couple days and be like, yeah, this isn't for us. Yeah, but we would talk about it with you guys still. We would let you know what we jumped into and why it wasn't really for us, etc. But today the goal is to try to create the calculator, I think, right? Yeah, to at least definitely decide on what we're putting in there for sure, because we're gonna need to also take between now and say closer to the weekend to check out a bunch of different survey platforms and find one that's going to actually work well for what we're trying to do, because I looked through a pile of them and there's just features we're not going to be able to use well and aren't really going to function terribly well with what we're trying to do. That's fair. For one reason or another. Like we got to find one that's going to limit one response per person in some way that's not just cookies, because then you just clear browser cache and you can go through and vote 17 times in like 10 minutes. Yeah. And the only other thing I can think of is straw polls, but that's not even like as nitty gritty. Yeah, it's one question with many answers. Yeah. And that's it. Just a few hours is usually enough to know if it clicks or not. Yeah, we're looking beyond just clicking, right? Yeah, there's going to be sometimes... Oh, go ahead. Do you just want to kind of restate? I think you're about to, but do you want to kind of restate the purpose of our tier list and what our goal is with this? Yeah, so sometimes it's going to go beyond just the initial does it click or not, because we do realize that MMOs aren't really like you touch it once and you know immediately if it's going to be yours or not, like something you're going to be all about. There's deeper systems, there's progression, there's what is its first time user experience. Maybe the first time user experience kind of sucks, but once you get to level 30 it really kind of takes off. So we kind of want to try to see if we can spend about a month, but there's going to be some I know that we're going to hit and it's immediately going to be a no. This is just no. There's going to be like a few. For me, for example, is like Apogea. I don't like isometric games, so that top-down view is kind of a no for me. Yeah, the isometric thing is an instant turn off for her. We're both a little bit of graphic snobs, just to different degrees. Like I like Guild Wars 2's graphics. I agree they could be better, especially with how much money they have probably coming in from that game, to be honest. But at the same time, I can accept that it is an older game, but the gameplay itself is really awesome. And the story is really good, and the reuse of space and revisiting old map areas, keeping them relevant and active and populated is really nice. So yeah, and I didn't really get that far. Yeah, so I know certain things are going to be an instant, like, just, we can't deal with this. Like, if the graphics are too bad, it's going to be an absolute no. To be fair, I think that the characters look pretty cute. Like, I liked the character creator in Guild Wars 2. I just didn't really like the weapon dictating what my skills were. But
I'm willing to give it a second try and try to like make a weapon or buy a weapon as you suggested previously. That would better align with what I was looking for.
Actually, I'll take the
that
LOL
being
off
said,
of there. I typed in
wait,
LOL at the end of
it?
RuneScape 3 because they call it RuneScape 3, but it's been out for years. But it's just RuneScape at this point.
Gotcha.
It was a big hype when it was coming out, like RuneScape 3, yeah, and they were like, yeah, it's just an update to RuneScape. That's all it is.
Fair. I'm just thinking, like, World of Warcraft, I'm pretty sure is older than Guild Wars 2. So if World of Warcraft can update their models and their graphics and, you know, be able to keep with modern times, I just kind of figured something similar with Guild Wars. That being said, I am very aware Guild Wars 3 is in development, so that's probably where a lot of their time and effort is gone to. And I bet Guild Wars 3 will be a huge graphics overhaul comparatively.
I mean, even that's up for debate. It's Guild Wars 3 in development.
I could not find any information on Guild Wars 3, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, so I think it's been confirmed with like one statement during a shareholder meeting.
Yeah. And all we know is it's potentially going to be built on Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. I mean, by the time it comes out, it's going to be 6. Don't worry.
With a potential early access in the 2026-2027 timeframe. That's all we know. Speculation.
Yeah, speculation.
Lots and lots of speculation, which is completely different than our experience from Ashes of Creation. I mean, we speculated how things would work in Ashes, but like the actual like development, we don't know anything about a lot of these companies, right? It's all hidden behind the privacy wall. And then they just kind of come out and be like, la-da, look at this thing that I made.
Yeah. Got to keep stuff behind a curtain of some sorts.
Which I don't mind, really. Hey, Erwin, welcome in, by the way.
And
also, if you guys are free tomorrow night, please do tune in. Hopefully, Vertec and I. What do you think, Vertec, about like going onto one of those platforms that have the tier list and grabbing images? He did not. No. Do you want him to? But maybe we could like grab images of the different games on our list and then put them on the tier list.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll plop them on there. Because kind of what she's getting at is we're going to build a tier list on what we feel about these games, just looking at them and kind of researching them a bit, and your folks' feedback, and score them using this scale. Just kind of as a group during the stream tomorrow, and that will kind of give us a decent idea on what we're looking at. It'll kind of also be a test on the little tier list setup, and calculating the feedback. But we'll wait until we actually put out the poll for like this weekend before we make actual decisions. But that's going to end up really deciding what games we really dive into, because we're probably only going to pick like the top 5 or 7 maybe. Yeah,
so that we can actually like properly give it a month or so, dive in and really look at the different aspects of the games, like the likes, the dislikes, and the qualitative aspects, and we'll be able to have a much deeper understanding of the different systems within the game to be able to better rate based on those. So the idea is to kind of do an overview. We're going to do a basic presumptive tier list without having really tried it much, just based off of like the knowledge that we can kind of gather off of the internet and any knowledge that you might want to give us. For example, if you've played
like a gameplay video or something, and like a features overview that somebody might make.
Yeah, exactly. But
I actually got scored. It's not a bad idea. See what ChatGPT would play.
I was gonna say, you know, it'd be kind of cool is if I made one, you made one, and then we did the one from the community, and then we could do a compare and contrast on like how I personally ranked them, how you personally ranked them, and then how the community as a whole ranked them, and see like what the similarities and differences are. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And it also maybe give you a little bit of insight on how, like, which things I value more versus what Vertec values more. But ideally, Vertec and I will find a game where we both find things that we like in it. So, I don't know anything about Chrono Odyssey. I don't know anything about that. So, I am very much the wrong person to ask that question to. Oh yeah, gut score. Absolutely. I think it'd be fun. Like, we could even like be like, we asked ChatGPT to rank these games in terms of what the community thought was important for likes, dislikes, and qualitative aspects. Here's what it said. I don't know. I think that would be kind of funny.
But yeah, I could pretty much guarantee that Chrono Trigger and Chrono Odyssey are not from the same universe, because Square Enix made Chrono Trigger and Chrono Studio, under the publisher Kakao Games, made Chrono Odyssey.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason. I'm gonna be honest, Kakao is the reason why I'm like side-eyeing it a little bit. We're back? All right. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh, I'm kind of scared here. But yeah, I got score. Yeah, we'll have our own rankings, but I think it might be kind of neat. To be honest, we could probably make that one ahead of time, like off screen, and go through. Or, well, no, would you rather see it done in real time? We just feed it in all of our requirements and see what it comes up with. Ooh, Guild War 2 start to finish. Oh, that'd be a hike through for sure. I think, like, I'm pretty sure it took me a couple 3 or 4 months to do the run. Okay, there's a giant paper sack here. Hold on to that for a moment. Holding on to this. Yes, it does. Snackcidents happen. Look. That's actually from our good friends at Omnivore Gaming.
Yeah, mine is I'm an introvert, I think. All right. I love it. Compare your ranking. Exactly. All right. You think it's time for a change per se? All right. Well, Vertec, go ahead and do me a favor and open that that envelope I just gave you.
Okay. ASMR stream impromptu. Crankle.
I don't hear any of that. I don't know if stream heard it, but
there we go. That was probably really loud.
Oh, baby. I didn't hear anything. It didn't come through Discord, at least.
Yeah, Discord, the noise canceling stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard it. Okay. Oh, that was almost as good as a beer can pop. You're gonna have to clip it for me so I can hear it.
World's okayest mead maker.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
I kind of love this, not gonna lie.
So that is a gift from Erwin.
Thank you, Erwin.
And happy birthday.
Oh,
we do make our own mead. Hello, Alciada. Welcome in.
Yeah, we actually just started. Did you put any of those images or anything in?
Not in the public spaces.
Okay.
But
you may have to wait to see some of the results and imagery and whatnot. But
I can show you one image.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you one.
Uno images. Okay, well, I'll be right back. I'm gonna change into my birthday.
There you go.
Yeah, those are
that's what you get to see.
Those are 2 little sample sizes. Excuse me, of 2 batches that I have going right now in a fermentation chamber. They're both
One
in
of them
the
is
end.
made with tea.
Yeah. They're both in the end going to be inspired by the same type of tea. But one is putting the tea in as tea at the beginning, instead of just plain water. And the other one is going to be using just a typical honey, water, yeast, fermenting it all the way through, and then infusing it with the tea afterwards. We're going to see how they turn out, how different they are.
Yeah, I'll keep them busy for you while you get your shit on.
Okay, yeah.
But we haven't really added, I don't think we've added too many fruits, but one of them I will say is going to be the traditional type of mead, your honey water with your fermentation. But no, this drift stream. But the other one, I don't want to share too much right now because it's a surprise a little bit. But it's something that we're making videos and sharing with the subscribers first. And as soon as I get some free time today, I will, not today, sorry. Tonight is, oh, I love it. That's awesome. That's you. But as soon as I get some time this week, I will be editing the video that you and I recorded before you left. I've just been super busy the whole time you were gone. So yeah, I'm gonna have that ready. We got it recorded before he left, but we were trying to do a part 2. The phone overheated. It was really funny. I'll also put the outtakes in the subscriber area, or the patrons area, excuse me. But to have access to the patronship, all you have to do is either be a Twitch subscriber, a YouTube subscriber, a Discord subscriber, because there's a monetization through the Discord server, or a new thing I'm working on is Patreon, a Mead Patreon for Vertec, to do like updates and stuff like that. So let us know what you want to hear in terms of updates or what you want to see. And
maybe down the line, make a honey fans or an only meads.
Oh my gosh. And only meads. I like that.
Actually, you know what? That sounds like a good idea for a mead-based website, right?
Honey like that. Only meads. Honey fans. Yeah, I was on only meads still. Sorry.
But yeah, TL, there are going to be some fruit-based meads. Just right now, these first batches, we're actually kind of working with a tea maker, I guess you could say. I don't know what you call someone who blends herbs and fruits and whatnot and makes teas. Is it just tea maker? Tea crafter? A crafter of tea?
Sure. Tea company? I don't know.
But I do know
may or
that,
may not be this company. A teabalist. I like that.
I like that actually. One who bags. But I want to get a hold of the guy that owns that company, and I want to kind of get his input on exactly what he wants out of that tea, and what he's hoping comes out and really shows through with the tea.
Yeah.
That way, like if you were to brew it ideally and perfectly, a tea bagger. Nice. Like what's the ideal vibe and flavor you'd like to get out of it? That way I can kind of tune the meat a little bit more towards that, because this tea does have it has a black tea to it and a green tea, and it has some mango in there and some hibiscus. So it's got quite the variety.
I got to try some.
I'm also, I mean, this one's going to take a little while, but I'm also trying to figure out a dwarf themed mead. It's going to be as thoroughly dwarven in every way possible that I can get around to.
It's black tea in your mead and you liked it. Nice. Teatist. Y'all looked at Epitome? Yes. Sorry. Epitome?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Epitome. Yeah, we looked at it, like literally went to toss a Kickstarter donation at it to get the early jump in for the test, and fiddled around with it a little bit. I think it has a lot longer to go than they're stating they're pushing for.
I can tell you, I think I played it for a couple of hours with Vertec, and I was like, I'm not interested in this. But you're saying the Kickstarter says what?
Yeah, Kickstarter, they're saying that it was basically going to be released by the end of this year. And I think it's going to take them to the end of this year to get some of the AI features worked out.
Yeah. Also, Chris Red 6, we have not. And that's actually why it's on the list. I put it on the list myself. I was like, we need to try ESO because I want to try ESO.
But yeah, Chilled, I tested it out for a good probably 8 hours of gameplay, trying to fiddle with the AI features and the questing and all that. And yeah, I'm not too optimistic about its future in the near term. In the long term, I think it's a really cool idea, but I think they're going to require a good bit of time to figure it out. Needless to say, I did cancel the Kickstarter pledge. I did cancel it.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in it enough.
We tried it so you didn't have to.
Yeah, we tried it so you didn't have to. The AI feature works. It doesn't work quite as advertised.
Yeah.
Yeah, against popular opinion, you can't proposition the AI. No, you can't. I tried to just sweet talk her, not even getting like creeper status, just literally like, hey, how are you doing today? I missed you. And she was like, okay, what do you want?
Yeah.
I couldn't even sweet talk her. It was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I was kind of bored. Like getting into it, the city area looks nice. It's so empty. There's like no other NPCs. I'm like, where's the life in this game? Oh, there's a bunch of random creatures like goats and wolves and shit. Sorry, stuff.
Yeah. Stuff.
And I'm like, okay, well, how do I know which one's the one that I'm supposed to be going after? Or like, you know, it just, there's not like any helpful quest markers or anything. And I guess she can kind of help you figure out where to go. But like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris.
Because the other big thing
Chris
is it also seems like a giant grind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Banned from Epitome. Epitome. I don't know. Is this supposed to be Epitome? Sorry.
Yeah, it's
this is
Epitome.
the Epitome. Okay. I was saying Epitome for the longest time for fun.
Epitome.
Chris Red 6 says I read Chrono Odyssey would be released Q1 2027. Odd already on pre-order. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like we looked into it and it wasn't available yet. That's why we put like not out yet on there. But they just recently, like 20 days ago, because we've been doing this for the last month. So they recently, as of 20 days ago, said that it was coming out early quarter 2027. Put in 1K hours in ESO. It's got its merits. Yeah, and so like I haven't tried ESO at all. I don't. I've heard great things about ESO. But that's part of the reason why I'm like, I want to try it. I want to see if I like it or not. Apparently the crafting is pretty nice and there's lots of housing options and things like that. So I kind of want to try it, but yeah. No worries, Cursed. It's fine. But, yeah, nothing I would take seriously, but it's okay for funsies, yeah. I had fun in ESO, but been a good minute since I played it. Very fair. Yeah, but in terms of Epitome, it was okay. I don't know if it's like the next MMO necessarily, though. It has potential if it was developed like nicely, I guess. I don't know what the right word is for that. For 15 minutes, you can finish a lunch break in that amount of time. 15 minutes?
Okay, let me see something here.
I missed something about 15 minutes, I guess.
15 minutes, you can finish the lunch break at that amount of time. For 15 minutes, I guess for how long you played the game, you can drink a lot of beers in 15 minutes too. I bet you can.
Fair.
I bet you do.
Oh, Saken's ban was 15 minutes. Got it. Yeah.
Still
don't try to proposition AI.
If it was going to be anybody, it would have been him for sure.
Oh yeah. But the other thing we're trying to keep our eye on, I don't know if I actually put it on here. Is it lower on that list? World of Warcraft Classic Plus?
I don't
think I put it on that there.
Kind of don't know how I feel about a Classic Plus thing.
Why? What's got you? Because you initially were like, "Oh, this sounds interesting," but
I was like, because somebody said like it was gonna have a whole different story and everything. Because a whole different story would be kind of neat, I think. But if it wasn't literally that, I'm tired of the reskins of. I mean, how many new servers have they added? That's like. Oh, old school. Yeah, we're gonna start this all over again, and we're gonna go up to Burning Crusade, and then we're gonna go up to Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, look, we made another server that's back at oh no, Burning Crusade. Yeah. So how many times have they done that? And they're just adding new coats of grass on the lawn is all it's doing. It's the same ground law.
Fair. Alshielda says, will y'all be willing to try Path of Exile or Warframe? I was gonna say, the purpose of this is not those types of games. Those games, probably good for a Mead Quest. Vertec has played Warframe with his friend, but
yeah,
I'm not interested in Path of Exile. I think it's a little too grindy for me.
Yeah, I will say that, I will be playing from time to time. Potentially some Warframe, definitely some Soulframe.
Yeah.
Not sure if you jumped in on Soulframe yet, but I think it's definitely worthwhile.
But in terms of our main thing that we're covering, that's the whole point of this, is looking like for the next main MMORPG that Vertec and I are covering as the Golden Feather Tavern, because if we can't find another main MMORPG to cover, that's drastically going to change what to expect from the Golden Feather Tavern, I think. So, our current focus is looking for a new MMORPG home, with being able to play other games for like Mead Quest, for example, or Cozy Quest, which is my Sundays. So, yeah. It is a new month. I'm super excited about Scars of Honor. Yeah, we've been following that. I need to touch base on our interview with them, but something that I'm curious about.
Yeah. It's gonna be neat.
Yeah.
And as soon as it finishes loading. Huh? What? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to move that.
I got so excited I knocked over my water bottle. My bad. Drink.
Drink.
Cheers.
Drinking away. And yeah, speaking of the different games, Project Gorgon, or Gorgon, however people are pronouncing it, either way, Project Gorgon, visually didn't look like it was going to be very appealing, but I keep hearing all these stories and reading stuff that pops up on Reddit about the different antics you can get into on there, like being turned into animals and being able to level as said animal until you can get the curse removed.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this. What was the one that you came across? Someone got like stuck as a deer or something? Yeah,
that was Project Gorgon.
Yeah, like I was trying to get you to go into that a little bit in case other people hadn't heard of that.
Oh, that specific instance thing that I read about? Yeah, there was something about somebody who was wandering around and they got cursed into deer form. And they had to run around as a deer and ask people for help defeating a boss. So then they could get the curse removed. And apparently, by the end of it, like a couple hours, the first person had actually leveled up enough trying to take the boss on themselves. They got like 25 levels in deer, whatever that means. And they pulled another group in, and then they got cursed into being deer, and then they pulled some other groups in. They got cursed, and it was like 30 people running around as a deer trying to beat this boss.
I think that's just kind of funny. Gravin says you guys are going to be interviewing Venelin. I don't know who we're interviewing yet. I just know I've reached out to the mod so far. I need to touch base because I haven't heard back in a little bit. But yeah, for me, I think Project Gorgon sounds interesting.
Yeah,
however,
that one might be one where the gameplay and interesting features might be enough to keep our attention, even if the graphics look like boiled cardboard.
I think Vertec would be more likely. than I'm gonna be honest in that.
Well,
but I will give it a shot. If it was the same game with better, newer graphics, like more modern graphics, I would be much more excited to try it. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't like old graphics. I like old style game systems. Like D&D has lasted how long at this point? Sure, it's had some adjustments here and there in terms of like how it plays exactly, but the system is the same. I enjoy the systems, but it's like graphics that keep my attention. I need to be able to relate to my character. If I really don't feel like I'm relating to my character, I'm not going to play it. Like, it's the same problem with Minecraft. Minecraft's a more modern game. I don't like the graphic style. It's just, it doesn't connect with me.
Yeah.
That being said, I will try it just to say I tried it. So yeah, and we're not doing BDO. BDO, you will notice BDO is very much not on this list.
Yeah, BDO is not on there. It's not going to be on there.
BDO is gorgeous, but
like it may have been a contender if we hadn't already played it and got absolutely exhausted by the RNG in that system. But yeah, BDO for the character creator. We could spend a good like 30 hours in there. Call it a day.
Good score. So it's too much grinding and RNG. Yeah, same. Alcialde says Project 1 MMO is basically Guild Wars 2, World versus World as a game. It's a 3-way large faction PvP with MMO combat, doing capture the hill over multiple objectives. They did an alpha test on Saturday. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't used to care from Newtastic. Didn't used to care a ton, but I've come to learn over the past few weeks that I've become much more of a graphic snob. Yeah. I know I am. Like, there are certain things, like, I like pixel art as art. It doesn't mean I necessarily want it in my games. True. However, there are some games that I'm like, I can probably handle a little bit of pixel art if it's cute enough, if it draws enough, which I think is what Vertex Point was. He's seen me be like, no thanks to pixel art games, but then play some that were pixel art technically. So I'd only do BDO to create a Kate Beckinsale and then move on to the next MMO.
Mead and Kate. Kate and Mead.
That's funny.
Here we go. So I was getting logged into something because the talk went to Mead for a quick minute there.
But yes, Vertec has some very creative ideas for Mead, and I get to be his first guinea pig. And whoever is interested in helping us support get to be his second and third guinea pigs. So you get to alpha test our Mead with us, or beta test our Mead. If you will. Okay. Basil's over here getting super excited about the new race in World of Warcraft. As long as it's the root beer one, I'll fly down to Florida for tasting. Good to know. I think Erwin really wants a root beer one.
Yeah, I remember him saying something about that.
I remember him saying many things about that. Oh, what's this? Oh, is this the your little like mana and health pills?
Mana and health pills, yeah. So for those who are interested in the science part of the whole mead making thing,
you can see the parts where I was like sloshing it around, I think.
Like I have some sensors in the fermentation chamber that are kind of following what the mead's been going through.
Yes, he does. This is actually how he was observing it from afar. That we literally have metrics and things. So if you guys want, we can share more of this with you.
Yeah, I actually kind of have three sensors. Like the fermentation chamber, basically a refrigerator, has these, which are basically just the temperatures that I have flagged for it right now. And then the SG, or specific gravity, per day, velocity, so how quickly it's changing. But this is Kelsey's calling it the mana and health pills, because it's a pill-shaped sensor that we drop into it, and one of them has a blue cap, and one of them, this one down here, has a red cap. But you can see they both kind of went the same kind of route, but this one obviously is a lot more up and down, a little bit more of a crazy flow. This other one went very smoothly. Like the second one, this is the one that was just honey and water and yeast. And you can kind of see it go from like a really high gravity, which is high sugar content, and it's just sloping on down this way. And this is the alcohol by volume just going up.
I don't know if you see Erwin, but he's like, metrics, ee!
Metrics, yeah.
But and you were saying that they were actually, even with the tea instead of water and the traditional mead, they were actually kind of on par with each other in terms of the rate at which they were.
Have a good day, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, these readings, by the way, Gut Score, this is what kept me up very late on a couple nights, because these little pill sensors, I had to do a lot of calibration for them to make sure they got as accurate as possible.
Yes, I woke up to him not having gone to bed yet.
A couple nights in a row. Yeah.
Yes. And then I shoved him into bed. And this is why when people are like, oh, is Vertec up? I'm like, no. And I'm not going to wake him up for you right now. Because he went to bed when I got up, after I got up.
Yeah. It was a long night. A couple of them.
Yeah. The golden cross of mead right there. Yep.
Right?
Pretty excited by it.
Yeah, you can kind of see like this one, for those who know what's going on here. This one down here is just about done. It's got 5 more gravity points to get rid of. It's probably going to be like another day or 2.
Yep. And we'll probably be recording another video, and I'll try to get them out shortly, like one after the other. But my goal is to get like the patron section, the earliest preview of all of these. It's just the problem is these are longer videos, and Discord likes to rate you. Hi, Azrael, welcome in.
Hello.
Yeah, this is kind of what we're working on, and this is what the new mead batch down there is for. Every time we start making a batch, we use a good amount of honey. And you have literally like this giant tub of honey that arrived at the house at one point.
A 5-gallon bucket.
Funny. So
5-gallon bucket.
Do we like it a bit sweeter or a bit more on the dry side? Gut Score wants to know.
Drier side for sure.
Yeah. Manuka honey? I don't think so. Right,
yeah, no Manuka honey. I'm not made of gold. Not made of gold, friend. Making 1 gallon of that stuff would probably be like expensive as it is. That stuff, I think, for what, a 16-ounce jar is probably $70.
Oof, yeah. No back sweetening then? So Vertec and I actually don't really like too sweet of meads. There's some mead places we've gone to that had really, really sweet mead.
Yeah, so it's like if you're to call it like a 1 to 5 scale of dead dry to oh my gosh, how much honey did you have in this thing? We're probably down on the 2. Like not like a dead dry, but yeah, just a little bit of back sweetening. Yeah.
I actually will be putting in the video. I did a little bit of a taste video test, like where I tried like the thing I showed you, I guess. The help that I held up to the screen is the 2 little sample sizes that I pulled out from when Vertec was walking me through. That's part of the reason why I didn't have Tavern Talk last week, is because Vertec and I spent multiple hours with him walking me through across the US from me. walking me through how to do it. And ultimately, I ended up doing a little bit of a video of me taste testing it and explaining like the flavor profile and everything with it. So yeah. How do you add depth to mead? I had a mead with a lot of depth. Is that the right word? Yeah, I mean, I think that is a great word. It especially for a non-technical term, some of the meads do have a better depth to it. And Vertec, you would be able to better explain this than me.
Yeah, it kind of depends what you mean by depth. Because I did a cherry mead. It was the main ingredients, to be honest, were gonna be like outside of obviously the honey and the yeast and water. I had some sweet cherries that I used during primary fermentation. As soon as fermentation was done, which by the way, I just let the yeast go wild. It got up to like 16.5%. It was crazy.
Oh, it did. It was crazy. Yeah. That's some dangerous mead.
yeah, it was pretty potent. I'd let it go crazy until it burned itself out. That one was a little bit sweeter on the sugar than I probably would have aimed at for like on purpose. But it hit a good mark. It hit a really good mark because I put in after the primary was done, I put it in to just clarify and kind of age and just rack off all the sediment out for a while. And I put some tart cherries in there. And during primary and the secondary, I had cinnamon sticks, a couple cinnamon sticks in there. So it was mainly cherry, but it was sweet cherry with some tart cherry. So it had what felt like depth because there were two different kind of conflicting cherry flavors mixed in there. You get in the sweet and the tart at the same time. And it actually did really well with that. I also did I guess you could almost call it just a normal like spiced mead. Like what you would have for Christmas, like a mulled wine. Where it has like a citrus back to it with like the orange part of an orange peel. You could either do that or just zest. I used the actual orange peel, which by the way, if you get like a vegetable peeler and you peel an orange, all you're going to get is the orange side. You're not really getting any of the white pith. Found that out making this mead because it was a lot easier to get a lot more of that orange citrus zest that way than it was to try to individually zest it and get the thing spraying me in the eyeball. But it had that. It had a bunch of like allspice and clove and cinnamon in there, and oh my gosh, some nutmeg. It was delicious. It was delicious. But with that one, I added in some actual just black tea, and that added tannins. Tannin is what you're probably feeling with depth. It adds more of a structure. It makes it feel more like a wine. Like red wine has more tannin in it than white wine does. So if that's kind of the comparison you're looking at when you're calling it depth, the tannins are really coming from the like the grape skins. And
Erwin says, correct me if I'm wrong, depth can be added by roasting or toasting the main ingredients as well.
There's that. There's also other tannins you can get in there is like with aging in a wooden cask or in more modern era, you're more likely to see especially smaller meaderies, wineries, and whatnot. They're going to age with wood chips or wood cubes, and they'll take a certain type of wood and maybe they'll toast it a little bit. They'll have like a light toast, a medium toast, or a high toast rating to them, and those will add the wood tannins and that little bit of a char kind of flavor to it.
Yeah. And for those that don't know what a tannin is, especially when it comes to tea, tannin is like green tea, for example. If you over brew green tea, it releases more of the tannins, and that's what makes it more bitter, for example. So if you balance that bitterness with sweetness just right, it can add a really nice depth of flavor. And I'm gonna be honest, after having tried Vertec's tea mead, it was really, really good. It still had the original tea flavor. This was one of the teas that I was really obsessed with. And it had a nice depth to it. So I'm excited by it.
Yeah. And I'm definitely down to check out new mead-based channels, because there are a couple that I used to watch a lot, especially when I was first getting into mead making. One of them, I will say that I watched almost exclusively for recipe ideas, and that was City Steading Brews. Just kind of get recipe ideas, really, because a lot of their techniques and whatnot, they were very much like fly by the seat of their pants, and they didn't give the best sanitary tips for things. There's another one that was actually really good called Doing the Most. They were pretty good, or he was pretty good. I think it was just really him and some other people he'd hang out with. He actually did a lot of stuff with actual looking at techniques rather than just recipes, and why you would add certain things, like if you add tannins and what kind of tannins you add, if you're going to add acid to it to bring out like the brightness of flavor, and what kind of acids you want to use for certain types of brightness, and you know, how to properly stabilize so you can back sweeten safely without it deciding to turn into a bottle bomb because it restarts fermentation.
Yeah. Also, for those that have been around before but are maybe kind of returning, we have a whole new setup for our Discord. So the cellar is essentially Mead Quest conversations. Could be games you want them to play, could be Mead conversations. There's actually a whole entire Mead discussion forum area. So if you're making mead, feel free to share your meads there. If you want to share like a mead making channel or other ideas on like what you would like to see in a mead, that there's a whole section just for mead making in the cellar.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting fairly experimental with some of these things down the line. There's a couple that I want to get in first, for sure. This tea-based one is one I wanted to get started right away. And I know I want to redo the cherry one. I know I want to redo the spiced or mulled mead, for sure. Or as they call it in mead maker terms, a methaglin.
For science.
Yeah, and then the other experimental one I want to do is that really light one, because Erwin, if you're up on the different honeys out there, if you're up to a good knowledge base on that, I got some meadow foam honey, which is basically an Oregon exclusive honey. It is very like toasted marshmallow flavored, like a light toasted marshmallow, not like it's gotten charred over the fire.
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
and I don't like marshmallows.
Yeah.
It had that like whatever flavor profile that marshmallow has. Like it's sweet, but like I guess you could say soft. Almost, it's like a soft mead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, honey.
It's very, very soft. Yeah. Then there's also Tupelo honey, which is exclusive to the like Alabama, northwestern Florida, that type of area. There's the trees up there. They only bloom a certain time, so it's also a pretty rare one.
Oh, that sounds so good. Sorry, Wyoming meadowfoam blackberry honey, and then there's also Gutscore is using Arizona desert honey.
Okay.
So
curious what's out there, because I know there's some I want to try. Like even around here, apparently palmetto honey is a good one to use. It's got a pretty specific flavor to it. And that's local to us, so we could probably get it for, a dime a gallon or whatever.
That sounds really good. I'm excited.
But,
I just get to enjoy the fruits of his labor.
She gets to try all of the here. Taste this. How's it doing now?
There's that one that we messed up like a long time ago, which was like not very good.
Yeah. Well, that one I was following a terrible tip.
Yeah.
Was following a terrible tip and it turned out terribly. So imagine that.
Right. But wonder how much money it would take to get Sunny to ship his honey. Wait, Sunny makes honey?
Yeah, he's an apiarist, a beekeeper.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot he was a beekeeper.
Well, honestly, I think you'd have to keep a lot of bees to make enough honey to really do some mead making. Like 2 or 3 hives just wouldn't cut it, because each one, I think one bee will produce like a quarter teaspoon of honey in its entire life. So,
honey does dabble with honey.
Yeah. So I think it might be outside of his scale. What?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, no, until we ask him, I suppose.
Fair.
But yeah, for the most part, I've been using orange blossom honey for most of the bulk honey.
I do have to say, I did find Cash and Jibs are still making content. They're doing, I think, Azeroth in the morning or something like that. Some sort of World of Warcraft like podcast thing. So
Gotcha.
Cool. Just because Sunny came up, it made me think about the whole entire Loreforge crew. But how much honey is needed per batch? This is why we have the $300 goal.
Yeah.
For a batch of honey.
Pretty much, especially when the special honeys and things like cinnamon sticks and some other ingredients are needed. It gets very expensive very quickly. Well, I used for these 5-gallon batches, I used 13 pounds of honey, so a little over a gallon.
And it depends on the type of honey you get and the how hard it is to get it. Like some of them are way more expensive than others.
Yeah. So that's why when you said Manuka honey, yeah, there's no way I'd make more than like a gallon batch of whatever that was.
Yeah. And then that one would also probably have to be sold a little higher cost because of the Manuka cost.
Yeah, because that would end up being what? Trying to think for 1 gallon. It's been a while since I've made only 1 gallon. But
I know you're making like some pretty large 5-gallon meads right now.
So yeah, probably 2.5 pounds worth of Manuka honey.
It'd be a healthy mead.
It would.
Gutscore says I met the local beekeeper here and toured his operation to me for he toured his operation for me for making the honey. Very cool process, even making and selling the wax to local candle stores here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be something nifty to go through. I know I would like to go up and try to tour one of the honey, or one of the apiaries for the honey up in like the Alabama area / northern Florida.
You know, we may want to go to Vegas at some point, and I know in Reno there's the Save the Bees Foundation. I wonder if they have anything.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, by the way, every once in a while I'm gonna fumble with this name. I've been saying it for the past like 4 years, but I'm gonna put it in chat there, just so you know. Tupelo honey. Every once in a while, for some reason, my brain will scatter every one of those letters except for the T. I'll be like the Tulipo honey.
Tulipo.
The Tepelo.
Sounds like a good excuse to go to Vegas. That's what I'm saying. Vertex actually only been to Vegas for like 5 seconds.
Basically, yeah. Drove through one time. Figured I had to gamble while in Vegas, right? So I pulled over, parked in the fire lane, ran inside, dropped like a quarter in a slot machine, got a receipt for like 32 cents I got back from pulling the little thing, and I said, okay, that's good. I'm ahead. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Yeah. I'll drive the 5 hours if you arrive at Vegas again.
Hey.
At the Vegas.
Keep you up to date.
The Vegas.
I mean,
absolutely.
One of these days I want to make it to one of the cybersecurity conferences or conventions out that way.
I really want to go back to Vegas and go to the Wicked Spoon. I've been on Wicked Spoon for like years at this point. It's a really nice buffet. I I don't usually like buffets, but this one has like everything like pre-portion sized. So you just grab your like one portion of it, and it's really nice. And I had some friends that prefer that over the other ones just because like people aren't like putting their hands in there or like, you know, whatever. It's all like tiny portions. But also they have, from what I recall, endless mimosas.
Okay.
But I think there's also like a 2-hour limit, so like you can only be there for 2 hours. As much mimosas as you can drink for 2 hours. Yes, it's at the Cosmopolitan. Yep. I lived in Vegas for a little bit. It was really fun. Later, Gutscore.
Take care, Gutscore. Have yourself a good night.
Nice chatting
Thanks
with you
for stopping by.
Yeah. Would love to hear more about your Mead adventures in the Discord.
Yees.
So, my dad made me lose all my money when I turned old enough to go to a casino. I had the goal to go and only spend what I came with. Aw, I'm sorry, Oracle. Yeah, there's some people, like some of my family members, they have like a set amount that they go with, like $100, and they go and they play with that, and whatever they win, they will play with that. Or if they win more than 100, they'll put the $100 back in their pocket and then play with what's left. But yeah. Yeah, it was a brunch special, exactly. Yep.
Lordy.
It was really cool being in Vegas.
Yeah, I had
it was an interesting lifestyle.
I had some friends that would go through DC, and they would have, say, like a Saturday morning kickball game. It was like an adult kickball league. And they would have some kind of tournament, and they'd be done, and they would all go out and go bar hopping at like brunch time.
Nice.
They would start one place and get the brunch with unlimited mimosas, and they would eat, and they'd have probably 4 mimosas, and then walk probably 12 blocks to another place that had bottomless Bloody Marys. Sit there for a couple hours, and then walk to another place that had bottomless something else, and they would get those.
Yeah, 12 blocks. That's a lot. Nope, going back for a nap. Aw, Oracle. I'm sorry.
Womp womp. That's no good.
I don't gamble because I played a couple of the gambling type games. I mean, Vertex saw this firsthand when he took me out for dinner one night. And I just typically lose it. Like, I don't know. I might sometimes have like a slight winning streak, but no, I have really bad luck when it comes to those types of things. So I don't touch it.
Yeah. We went out to like a murder mystery dinner thing that was done in like, forgetting the term, but either way, in like the speakeasy days. And like Prohibition and all that. And so they had a little bit of a casino type thing going. And when you donate money, or when you gave them money for chips, it went to charity. So I was like, whatever, let's toss in like $30, $40.
Yeah.
And I think we burned through all of those in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It took like nothing. Yeah, we were playing craps. Yeah.
I barely understood what was happening.
Yeah, but I was like, how do I play this game? What am I supposed to do?
Not really my thing. Yeah, exactly.
What happens if I put my chips here? Oh, I don't want to put them there? Okay.
Yeah. I would not be one of those like fancy ladies that are like sitting on the guy's lap and being like his good luck charm. No, I would probably be your bad luck charm. Just don't bring me.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. I'd be the girl you pawn off on the guy you want to lose, probably. Going back to the old Hollywood videos that I used to see with that.
Yeah, go keep them company on the other end of the table.
Yeah, basically. Shoo, get away from me. But yeah.
There you go, Rowan. That's about what I expected to see. Sit at the bar and play cheap blackjack for free drinks all night.
Nice. But yeah, how do you think we're gonna do this calculator thing.
I mean, honestly, as long as we're okay with where these numbers are sitting, as far as at least in relation to each other. Like, I know the one that I had to adjust, sorry guys, you had like unrestricted or unfettered open world PvP set as like a 2 for importance, and for me and Chibi, that's like a big thing. Like if I could rate it 6, I would. Because unrestricted and unpunished being like the old World of Warcraft PvP servers where there was just 0 penalty for just running around and murdering anybody you want to.
I feel like maybe we should consider having 2, because if most of these align for us, but like there's certain ones that are higher or lower, I think it would be nice to have the non-biased, which is coming from our community pool, and then our personal bias.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of show how that ranking system would look comparatively.
We could probably do that second one after. I just don't want to burn people out by saying, okay, so what we're gonna do is have you respond to 7 different polls.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was thinking just maybe we leave it at the 2 that it was at. We know that it's a 5 for us. So when they're doing it, like maybe we can have 2 separate ones, right? That calculates out however differently. I don't know how we're doing this, but yes. So yeah, Noobtastic, you got it. So for me, it's just like, if the community as a whole voted 2 for that, like how important does it not have, like, is it for it to not have that? Then if we left it at a 2 while we let everybody else go through and like do their poll, we could have our separate copy of that same thing with the 5 value instead. And that'll be our separate, I guess, tier list outcome.
Yeah, so basically it's going to end up going like this. So if you have unrestricted open world PvP, so they can do anything they want, face 0 consequences, right? And the multiplier we have is set at a 5. Now the scoring when you go to take the survey is going to be from 1 to 5. You give it that rating, saying on the far side, on the one side is going to be, I hate how this was done.
Yeah.
And then on the other side is going to be, I love how this was done. Or something similar to that statement, right? So you like how it was done, you scored a 5. You hate how it was done, you scored a 1. But this is how important that answer is to you.
Yep.
So in the end, it's going to be,
come in.
So this number is going to be equal to this,
like up to 5 times 5
by that.
Yeah.
So if this is a 1, you got 5 points towards that game. If this is a 5, it's 25.
25. Yep.
You land in the middle somewhere because it was all right, I guess. I mean, it's average. Cool, it's 15. So that's going to be a pretty wide spread in points, the higher it is. Whereas if this was a 1 because it's just on the list because it was something to evaluate, but it wasn't that important, it's either going to be 1 to 5. So there's not much of a point spread there.
Right.
3 because it's an average concern.
Right. And that's kind of why I was saying I think it was fine that there was a lot of 5s on there, because if a game's doing a lot of that stuff really, really well, I feel like it would gain a bunch of extra brownie points. But also there's a 5-point difference versus a 1-point difference for those per score.
Yeah.
Like a 1 to 2 is a 5 versus a 1 to 5 being like 20. So I felt like that was really good, because the more 5s we had, the more minute scorings could go in there. So if a game did like really, really bad at the mythic endgame content, but got a lot of other things well in ratio, then it would score pretty highly still. It would just be a little low for the mythic game content, for example.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I wasn't like too terribly broken up about there being so many like 4s and 5s, because I mean, obviously if it was a 1 for importance, somebody probably didn't think really to add it in there because it wasn't that important. It wasn't weighing on their mind that much. So and things being weighted as 3, 4, and 5 isn't terrible. It just means that it's going to make the spread between them not quite as important, which is kind of why I was thinking almost of doing like a 1, 2, or 3 instead, just to bring them. That makes sense. Just to bring them into, there's going to be some things we can definitely rate as a 1.
Okay.
And definitely rate as a 5. Even if it's just the 3 is the new 1.
Yeah. I want to touch real quick on the animations versus the movement. Animations are like, when I go to craft, does my character do animations? When I go to, let's say, do the hearth back to somewhere, is there an animation with it? But the movement is like, when I'm fighting something, how does my character move?
Yeah.
Like how immersive is that hit when it connects with the boss? Is it actually feeling like there's some weight behind that swing, or is it feeling like it's just swinging and like there's not much impact to the boss?
Yeah, like the responsiveness, weightiness. Design.
Yeah. Well, the responsiveness and weightiness is also like slightly different as well. The responsiveness could be like how responsive the character moving around can feel, but it can also be like how responsive is when I click E to interact with something. How well is it responding versus is it kind of lagging out when it's responding, and like that player feedback's not quite there.
Yeah.
So they're similar. They're all definitely tied together, but they're still different.
See.
But
let's see. Tier list. Oh, okay.
I do know for a while though, Vertec and I are going to be a little bit of variety streamers until we kind of get dialed in on stuff. The idea is once we get this tier list thing figured out, once we actually can start working on actually playing a game, Mondays will be us probably playing the game together. Tuesday will be us talking about that experience, and then Sundays will be me probably playing a different game or whatever Cozy Quest thing. But then throughout the week, Vertec and I will probably be playing games together as well, like that same game. Just maybe offline. Sounds like an Aeon or a Korean MMO for the tavern games. Yeah, so Oracle is saying, I just remembered a feature I wanted from Ashes that I don't know if other games have, which is the tavern games. And that's actually something that the community has asked for Scars of Honor. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
Also,
I know they're doing a lot of stuff by community vote.
Yeah. I was also going to add, I don't know if we're going to find another game that lets us own a tavern in the game.
Yeah,
without
like
it being like a tavern simulator.
Yeah.
Without
it being literally a tavern sim.
So
here's looking at you, another pint.
Yep.
Actually think we're gonna enjoy that game.
Ooh,
but it's definitely I think a single player. You can make a tavern, but can you actually make and sell goods to people? Or do you just make it look like a tavern? It's a trap.
Yeah, part of the allure for me was letting people come over and Admiral Akbar impression. Akbar. You can sell things with trade. How easily can people access your housing area. Like, can anybody come over to our house? How many people can we have in our house?
With trade.
Anyone. Can I have like 20 people over at our house? We'll have literally the tavern talk from inside the I was got you the cojones. Octobliz. I think so. I know that the guild thing was interesting for sure. I don't know if you heard about the guild thing for attack, but they have like a whole little like kind of like the baronies that Ashes was going after. Like a whole little like neighborhood for your guild.
Yeah, I saw something, or I heard something about that. I haven't actually seen exactly how that's supposed to look, but yeah, it was like you create a little guild neighborhood, a guilderhood.
Yeah, guilderhood.
But yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see how this pans out, because we're gonna have to come up with a platform that's going to allow us to do, all right, how many is this? So it's 11, 10, so it's 21, and 13, so 34 questions that you rate 1 to 5 on how much you like it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, which game is this, right? The 34 questions per game. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Use the AI. I mean, maybe the AI can create. Maybe I can ask the AI to help me build like a drop down of like which game you want to review. But the problem is I don't know how to make sure that it only lets you review it once without like some sort of authenticator thing. So yeah, someone could literally flood the votes. Erwin.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that we might need to do the pre-play tier list, kind of just as a group with community, and we just kind of come to a number that we can all agree on.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to go through all of these, and for each one, all of these questions.
Yeah.
And then once we actually start playing them, then we could send out polls for each individual one. Yeah.
But that's also why I was saying you could make your own, I could make my own ahead of time, and then we'll use the community like thoughts on things. Yeah, how did Bassmasters end up with 5,000 top tier votes? Erwin. Gemini came back with the worst yet most accurate response. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm gonna guess World of Warcraft, because you really don't like World of Warcraft. I was right.
Yep, and that's kind of what we're curious to see how things pan out, because it's going to be almost heartbreaking retail. and it's retail. Oh no. Yeah, almost heartbreaking, but at the same time, like, of course it is. If we go through all this and it ends up just coming down to World of Warcraft, that ends up being the one.
I'm gonna be honest. If World of Warcraft ends up being the top rated one, like number 1 in the rank, Vertec and I will probably play that last, just so that we can make sure we play these other games first. Yeah. But I would also like to put my viewpoint out there. I did not leave World of Warcraft because it was inherently bad. I left World of Warcraft because they were doing the same stuff, different expansion for a time. And apparently that's changed. So that go ahead.
Yeah, it was like the features that people were excited about before they came out They would put in there, and then they would kind of fix it during that expansion, and then not even bring it over into the next expansion, now that it was finally starting to get to a point where people liked what it was going. And they were like, yeah, you just got to change a couple more things about it and it's going to be amazing. And they just wouldn't change those things. They would just add a whole other system with a whole other expansion and do the same thing. Like, people really get psyched up about it. Like, okay, cool, it's going to be comparable to the last one, but it's going to be different, and then it's going to be good, and then it kind of wasn't, and people hate it. And then it just ends up being, well, how many times can we grind through this before it gets old?
And
then they would move on and do something different, but the same.
Yeah, it was just feeling like the same expansion, but a different skin on it, essentially, for a little bit there. But Erwin says, but also monetization. Well, both Erwin and Noobtastic said, you know, monetization with the WoW tokens, or like the monetization's whack, and it is. I agree. However, we are, I think, entering in an age where monetization is just a part of everything at this point. There's pay for convenience, there's pay to win, etc. Granted, you could say someone who does what was that called again? The guild runs where you pay like the group to just bring you through.
Pretty much it. Where you just pay people gold to run you through.
Gear runs, not guild runs, but in the same token, like a lot of these other games have an element of pay to win with it, you know?
Yeah.
You guys are both like on the same thing, like make it easier for myself. Yeah, pay for convenience. I do not. Yeah, thank you, Azrai. Coming in with the proper thing that I was looking for. GDKP, thank you.
Yeah.
The WoW tokens, obviously, that gives you money to be able to spend to go get like GDKP gear, but at the end of the day, like if that's what somebody really wants to go spend their time on, fine. I don't really care, because I'm not going up against them necessarily. I'm not trying to like fight them in PvP. That's been banned from most servers. Good to know. I was gonna say
kind of weird.
Well, it kind of ends up becoming pay to win, because you buy a WoW token, you sell it in the game for gold, you offer a group to do a GDKP for you with gold, and congratulations, you've literally just bought gear. I mean, granted, you can do the same thing with the marketplace. Once you turn it into gold, you can buy gear off of the marketplace, but at least with the GDKP, you have to like run through it.
I mean, you kind of really don't necessarily need to, and to be honest, once you find a guild that they're basically kitted out, they will absolutely pull two people through if they're like, all right, I just want to give you like, I don't even know what WoW gold is up to at this point, but I just want to give you like 100,000 gold and just have my pick of whatever I need for this character that's like bind on pickup. And then you just go to the market for all the bind on equip stuff. And it's still the same thing. The only difference is they've banned the bidding part of it, where multiple people go in and bid against each other.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because Blizzard's solution to how do we get rid of bots? Okay, how do we get rid of bots? Because all they're doing is they're botting everything and they're selling the stuff for gold. I know. We will sell gold. It was a really weird solution.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm at the place where I think a lot of these projects have some sort of pay for something to it. I mean, I don't think Final Fantasy really does. Final Fantasy is primarily like the cosmetic shop.
Final Fantasy Endgame is cosmetics. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah. But like World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, I think ESO even, a lot of these other ones, like they have a level of you pay real money, you get something out of it kind of thing. And it's unfortunate, but money speaks, right? Like you've got Where Winds Meet, where it's literally a gacha for your cosmetics. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in gachas, you know?
Yeah.
But that's gonna keep people spending more money than $15 per month.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At least some games, do it the honest way. Like, yes, if you give us $60, we will give you this class or this character or this sword. Instead of like, well, if you pay $5, you can draw a stick out of a pile and see if you get the long stick or the short stick.
Yeah, exactly. And Mr. Noobtastic, that's kind of the point that I'm making, is it's very common today, which makes it really hard to find games that don't have that. And that's why I'm saying I'm not necessarily lowering my standards. I still have a preference, but it's my stick, Vertex.
It's my stick. You say that until it's the wrong stick, and then you chuck it across the room and you don't want it anymore. It's not your stick.
Yeah, fair. No. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm not trying to necessarily lower my standards. I'm trying to be more realistic with the current times and what the options are. If a game comes out that is really interesting and doesn't have the right monetization, or it has better monetization than the one that we end up sticking with, like let's say we stick with World of Warcraft, right? I get that there's the WoW tokens. Completely understandable. I'd rather the WoW tokens than the bots, but I'd rather not have the WoW tokens be sellable by players. If you're gonna be able to buy in-game time with in-game currency, let me just buy it from an NPC. But don't necessarily be able to sell it as a player, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but like,
that's my biggest thing.
We're playing World of Warcraft, let's say Scars of Honor comes out, and they don't have that type of monetization. It's pay for convenience or pay for cosmetics, as I like to use the C part for. Then I would be more interested in that. I might leave World of Warcraft for Scars of Honor, for example, in that case. But it really depends on a variety of other things as well. I'm trying to be realistic for what's the current options without alienating like a lot of options, I guess.
Yeah, that closing it out too much.
Yeah.
Hey,
hello, Black Boa. Long time no see. Is there a list of games? Yes, it's on the screen.
yeah. We're kind of putting things in. I mean, there's even some things on this list we're not really like seriously considering playing. They just kind of got put on the list because people recommended them. These were suggested. Or they threw it out even as a meme suggestion. Some of them were absolutely memes, but we added it anyway. What we're going to be doing is going through and rating them based on our list of likes, dislikes. Like this list right here, really, before we start playing them. And the ones that score the highest are the ones we're going to go in and kind of play. At least give it a good try. We'll probably take like the top like 5 or 7 of them and give a good try to the highest rated ones.
Yeah. Yeah, no BDO. We explained earlier, but to reiterate, we don't like the RNG, we don't like the grindiness. We also don't like the pay to win aspects of it, even if it's minorly win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much against the pay to win on that one because you'd have to jump through the right hoops to be able to do it, and it's not like egregious, but it does exist. Excuse me. Yeah. And it is worth noting. But for me, it's really just the absolute sheer amount of grind and RNG involved that's just murderous. Like, we tried to do the horse training thing. We sat there for a while just trying to get like not even a perfect like top tier horse. We were even trying to get to the tier below the perfect horse thing, and like that took so long and so many attempts, and it was like, okay, so I've done this 30 times now and I now have a 5% chance. Holy mother of Bob. And once you get that, that's only the one horse, just the one. You gotta start all over again for another one.
Yeah, it definitely exists. It was so much worse when it first came out. The season characters allows you to catch up on gear and XP quickly. Plus there's a 1,000 XP event going on right now. Yeah, no, the RNG breaking my gear was just that was it. I was done. I was out.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, if it didn't have that much RNG when it comes to boosting your gear up with stuff that you've already gone out and earned. And it wasn't that much RNG based on, you know, trying to breed a decent horse, for crying out loud. It would probably be worthwhile because I liked the gameplay. I'm not going to say it was like the best. I don't recall the story being very deep or super engaging, unfortunately, but it was a beautiful game and it was fun to play. It was definitely the stereotypical grind rather than like building a connection and wanting to play. It was the need to play because I need to get 700 more of these components so I can re-roll this one piece of armor 417 times. If you can DW really like dual wield slay mobs without pay to win as Kate Beckinsale, sign you up.
Erwin, sorry, I went quiet for a second while I was listening. Erwin sent me what like the AI suggested, but I wonder if it picked up on World of Warcraft first because of the mythic keyword that you put in there versus the what we had originally, which did not say mythic on it.
Yeah, it was just trying to find a better way to phrase that.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like mythic is the closest like example of what it is, but it's not quite. It's not just quite challenging. It was we had it say scaling endgame content, but he didn't like that, so we were trying to figure out a different way of phrasing it. But I was saying I think that your AI picked up on World of Warcraft because mythic specifically came from World of Warcraft. So I wonder if it like
challenge scale in in-game content.
Sure. Lotro would be a good vibe and a nice community for you too, based on the vibes of your channel. Okay. That channel loves the lore and story. I think you guys would do very well there as a channel. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we got that one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, ESO we've heard a bunch about.
Yeah.
I honestly have some relatively high hopes for Scars of Honor.
I'm not getting my hopes up. Straight up, not getting my hopes up.
Well,
I've just decided.
Relatively, at least in the long term. I mean, I could see it going places, especially once they start to make money enough to keep the studio afloat as a studio that's making a game.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate it.
Exactly.
I don't want to invest too much time into something until I know that it's actually like gonna exist again. Like not like I got necessarily burned by Ashes. I don't feel like I necessarily got burned by Ashes. I think I went into Ashes knowing what I was going into and knowing that if Ashes failed, I wasn't going to be interested in doing that again, and way before any of this happened. So plus I already have friends in Lotro from when I played. Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about Lord of the Rings Online, but we will see. But yeah, I told it to start over in the same prompt and roll back to the start and replace Mythic with tiered. We got Destiny 2, ESO, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, 2 of those are not MMORPGs.
yeah, 2 out of 3. Yeah.
But I appreciate its effort.
Yeah, I'm curious. I almost want to just take this whole spreadsheet and just drop it in there and be like, okay, so we got the game list column on the games tab. We have the likes and dislikes and qualitative aspects. Go ahead and process these games through with these multipliers on how well they're rated for all these different aspects.
Yeah.
See what we come up with.
I think it would be interesting. But I apologize if I'm getting a little more quiet. It is getting towards my bedtime for me.
Yeah.
And I did not sleep well last night at all.
About that time to start getting ready to wrap up, yo.
I didn't quite do breakdown language with AI for it, so there is that. Yeah, and with AI, you have to be like very specific with your prompting.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sure you've come to learn.
Yeah, people at work get amazed by the difference in output from what they have and what I get with the same kind of goal. Like, how'd you get that from it? Well, you see, and then I show them the prompt that's like this long. Where meanwhile they're putting in 2 sentences at a time.
Yeah. Gotta be super descriptive and give it as much context as possible. Remember, it took 3 tries to get Samara TV. I know. Oh my gosh. It's not on our calendar, but there should be probably a podcast this Saturday. We don't have a game to cover, so instead I think I'm gonna double check with our mods, and we might do a mod podcast where we introduce them to you guys kind of in voice or in VTuber form for at least Bean. But then we can kind of have a more in-depth discussion on like the different games and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got today and tomorrow to come up with a little proper battle plan for this, and then a couple days between now and Saturday to really get how we want to approach the polling.
Yeah.
And then we get the thing built over this weekend.
Yeah.
We start on.
I mean, I figured tomorrow we could just do literally like the tier list website page, and then just based off of our understanding of it, do that. But that buys us time to actually build it out, so we don't have to do it like right away. We can have a little bit extra time, because I know I personally have a lot of things that I have to do over the weekend. But in case you end up getting busy or caught up with the Mead stuff, want to make sure we buy ourselves a little bit of time to work on it. Make sure it's polished before presenting it.
We'll
bit
figure
more
it out.
polished. Gotta get my nails did that weekend. This weekend?
Nice.
Theo, hi. How are you doing, friend? I drank all of my drinks, so I'm just gonna give you a bottle pop.
I have this much of my drink left. Exactly 1 cheers left.
To get started this weekend, nice. Yeah, after my nails new-tastic, we're gonna do that thing too. Nice. You're tired?
Ooh.
I am also tired. This is probably gonna be my nightcap. I'm gonna be honest.
Wrap it up and tap out.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
I cannot snooze this any longer. I apologize. I tried.
Oh, ad starts in 22 seconds.
Yeah, I tried getting rid of it as much as I could.
It's alright. In theory, it's only gonna be like a minute of ads. Wait, what were the levels left on them drinks? Oh, empty.
Yeah,
well,
empty. Except for my
outside of the potion. Yeah, the flask of Fireball.
Flask of Fireball. Good morning to Kraskovic. I don't know how to say it.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kras. I had to translate what they said. I am so bad at.
That's my guess. Krasavchik.
Yeah.
Minus some inflection and accent in there for sure.
I feel like I need like I don't want to do it because I'm embarrassed at this point. Robust Russian accent, you know, from Mother Russia. I am the machine.
I am the machine. Oh my gosh.
Randomly popped in my head.
It's the most hilarious skits ever. I don't even care if it's true. I'm taking it as actual factual canon in this world.
But yeah. Aww. Alrighty, Vertex.
Well, let's see here. We have some peoples we could raid over to. A couple of them are playing games on our list.
Ooh, means handsome. Oh, very nice.
We got some World of Warcraft or some Monsters and Memories.
Okay, like the list of people that we were interested. Who's doing Monsters? Wicca was doing Monsters and Memories. I was gonna raid Wicca yesterday, but they wanted the Scars of Honor dev that was live streaming, so we went there instead. So we could do Wicca. We could do maybe Strauss.
I don't have Strauss on my list. Why do I not have a Strauss on my list?
He's on the TGF Tavern list, at least.
Okay.
Druid Addiction. I don't know which version of this game he's playing. It just says World of Warcraft. I'm gonna assume... Oh! If you give 2 subs right now, you get like this cute little seal thing on Strauss's live stream. It's like for the game. There's like World of Warcraft drops for... Yeah, there's one for watching while live, and there's another for gifting. 2 plus subs to earn like the in-game
rewards. Got it. Yeah, you get a little seal pet. I see.
Yeah. So if you're playing World of Warcraft, and that means something interesting to you, but that could be fun. Otherwise, yeah, I've got Wicca with the Monsters and Memories. Although I feel like I did raid Wicca recently. Wicca's definitely an 18 plus.
Yeah, I know.
Wicca would carry on our 18 plus shenanigans and probably like turn that up to like a 10.
Oh. Erwin voted for the beard.
They both have beards.
Oh yeah, that's
Strauss
true.
and Wicca both have beards.
That's true. Gotta be more specific. You can't even say the red beard because they both kind of have red beards.
Yeah, true. I'm swapping back and forth between them right now. Well, if we want to do who has less views, Strauss has less views.
Let's do that. Plus, honestly, I don't remember actually raiding over to Strauss like ever, so.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it, friend.
And plus, because I haven't followed on my personal account, that means I can follow on my personal account.
Strauss follows you, Summon. Okay, sounds good. We're gonna raid over to Strauss. There we go. I got it going.
Let's do it.
It's counting down.
All right. Did you have any closing statements?
Thank you guys for going on this journey with us, and also for your interest in Vertec making mead. Like, it's really cool. I didn't know how many people were actually going to be interested in seeing Vertec make mead, and it's really nice having you guys be interested in something like that. And I don't know, I'm pretty excited. Curious to see where we go from here.
It's gonna be good stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you for spending your time here. As you well know, it is your most valuable asset. You get it once, you spend it once, it's gone forever and always. You'll never get it back. So as much as you may want a refund at some points, sorry, we can't give you one. Wouldn't if we could. So I hope it was worth it.
But we can give you a receipt.
That we can. Everybody, have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll catch you around next time. Bye.
See you next time.